Let me break it to you real. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every opinion deserves your attention. And not every room deserves your presence. In a world obsessed with validation, applause, and reaction, the wisest thing you can do is learn to act like you don't care. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about becoming numb. This isn't about being cold, arrogant, or emotionless. No, this is about power, inner power. And no one embodies that better than Denzel Washington. Denzel's secret? Controlled emotion. Denzel doesn't chase cameras. He doesn't respond to critics. He doesn't explain himself to everyone, because he doesn't need to. Some people will never see your worth. That's okay. You weren't meant to convince them. This is the quiet strength, the kind of power that doesn't need to shout to be heard, the kind of presence that fills a room without saying a word. Because when you're rooted, you don't need to be loud. When you care too much, let's be honest, most people are burnt out, not from hard work, but from overcaring about things that don't matter. You care what they say. You care who's watching. You care how many followers, how many likes, how many she said, he said, and while you're distracted by all of that noise, your purpose is sitting in the background, waiting on you to grow up. You will never reach your destiny if you're distracted by people not going in the same direction. So, what if they don't support you? So what if they laughed at your dream? So what if they ghosted you, doubted you, misunderstood you? Learn to act like you don't care, because what's coming for you is too sacred to waste on shallow opinions. You must protect your mental real estate. Every time you overthink, overreact, or over-explain, you give your power away. They don't control you, but they know how to push your buttons, because you showed them where they are. So, what's the fix? Emotional maturity. You respond when it's necessary. You stay silent when it's not. You let people think what they want, and you keep building. Never let your emotions overpower your intelligence. Denzel Washington. Act like you don't care, not because you're fake, but because you're free. Calm is the new flex. Real confidence isn't loud, it's calm. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to post everything. You don't need to prove anything. Why? Because you're building something bigger than a moment. Denzel walks in purpose, not panic. He's not reactive, he's grounded. And you can tell the man moves with conviction, not chaos. That's what separates the boys from the kings, the girls from the queens, the temporary from the timeless. So, while the world is burning out trying to impress strangers, the wise ones are moving in silence and collecting results. You can't fix small minds with big explanations. Let that sink in. Some people aren't listening to understand. They're listening to argue. They're committed to misunderstanding you, no matter how carefully you explain. And when you learn to act like you don't care, you stop wasting breath. You stop wasting time. You stop inviting people into rooms they were never meant to sit in. Instead, you learn to preserve your peace, guard your focus, protect your mission. Because every time you lower your energy to match foolishness, you lose altitude. Stay high. Build in silence. Let success be your volume. Denzel doesn't announce what he's doing. He doesn't leak the plan. He shows up when it's done. That's how you move when you've got vision. You don't need to post every step. You don't need to go live every time you level up. You don't need their applause to keep working. Your grind isn't for attention, it's for alignment. Let the results speak. Let your work echo. Let your life preach, because when it's real, you don't chase, you attract. Acting like you don't care isn't neglect, it's mastery. It's not that you don't feel, it's that you've learned to filter. You've learned what's worth your reaction. You've learned who deserves your explanation. You've learned that peace is more profitable than proving a point. That's what separates the powerful from the impulsive. That's how you go from emotional to exceptional. As Denzel says, goals on the road to achievement cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency. So no, you're not cold. You're just not careless with your energy anymore. Final word: protect your crown. This season is too critical. This mission is too sacred. Your calling is too loud for you to be distracted by noise. So, from now on, move in wisdom, walk in grace, lead in silence, react less, build more. You don't need to scream success, just live it. And when they ask why you didn't clap back, why you didn't respond, why you didn't explain yourself, just smile. I'm learning to act like I don't care, because I've got too much purpose to waste time. If this hit you deep, comment below. I'm moving different now. Purpose over panic. And share this with someone who's tired of overreacting, over-explaining, and over-giving. Because the most powerful people, they don't always speak first. They move in silence, and the world watches in awe.